And we're live.
I mean, smartphones kill Seinfeld. You can't have that great like missed stars, missed ships in the night kind of thing that they all often toy with. If everybody's got a fucking cell phone, it just doesn't work anymore.
But they just have to like write it so that people don't have cell phone like Sunny. Like Sunny came about in an age where cell phones were fully there. And so many Sunny episodes would be solved just like Seinfeld episodes if people just had a call and discuss their miscommunication, but they don't. Just, you know what I mean?
I suppose to some extent, it's a real issue with all like fiction is cell phones because cell phones fix so many of the inciting events that you would have in traditional storytelling. It's like the whole thing about being on your own and getting hurt and then having to go through a survival experience. Does he have a phone? Yep. Problem solved. Like the end. You know,
or like every survival movie now, you're 100% right about that. Every survival movie now, they have to have like a split cut scene where before the survival situation, they drop their phone or it breaks.
Or no service.
Or yeah, I mean, no service is believable when you're in a survival. Like the 100, what was that one with James Franco? 127 hours?
Yes. Yeah. Well, I mean, that actually happened. So like,
yeah,
that happened to that poor guy. God, that sucks.
I would have just died.
I'd like to think I'd have cut my hand off, but
no, he did his whole arm. I thought he did his arm.
He had to do most of his arm. It's like halfway to the elbow or something like that because of the way it was pinned, and he had to be able to break it, and he had to cut wherever the break happened, and he wasn't super. I think it was already broken actually. Maybe he cut at the broke, but like it was the way it was pinned. I think The Rock had. It's not like he could go all the way in and get the part that was necessarily the stuck part. Like he had to cut some good arm off too.
Like the best part of your arm.
And that knife was not super sharp. I don't think. That's awful. I don't know how he survived that shit. I've never seen the movie. I just know of the event. I
have not seen the movie either. I was just referencing it because I don't know what the guy's name is. Who do you remember? Chris McCandles, that guy who went out into the woods and died in a bus because
yes, from the mushrooms.
From the mushroom. Oh yeah. No. Chris McCandless. I thought he died from like starving and freezing to death in a bus, like in the middle of the woods.
I'm thinking of a guy from the West Coast, I believe, maybe from Cali or Oregon or something, who went up to Alaska to do this survival thing in a bus or something like that. Ate some bad mushrooms when he was already. He was trying to do a survivalist type thing, like live out there for a good period of time, but with like terrible. He didn't know what he's doing, and it wasn't just like that. He didn't know which mushrooms to eat or not, which he obviously didn't. But also just like everything about what he was doing was he was making a lot of mistakes, and he died. He died out there.
There's a lot of stories like that.
Yeah, the most crazy one, of course, is the Grizzly Man, right? The guy who was like that really effeminate weirdo who was just up there like hanging out with grizzly bears, doing like the exact opposite of what every grizzly bear expert on the planet would ever tell you to do. He's just like, yeah, we're friends. We're friends now. And what it was, it's like, no, you're here at a part of the year when they have like a ton of trout. Like they're just every bear you see is stuffed with trout. Like he feels like 5 minutes after Thanksgiving dinner, and he's trying to be careful not to vomit up the turkey.
Yeah, he doesn't want to gain too much weight before hibernation.
He doesn't want to eat you. He is full. But then, like as the season went on and the trout started going away, and I think it was like a beta bear or something like that was like underfed because it didn't have a good fishing hole, and it killed them both. I want to say because she was on her period, and the audio of it. I don't know if there's video of them being eaten. I hope there's not. I know it came from video.
Who would have taken the video?
He had a camera set up because he recorded all this shit.
Man, recording yourself being eaten to death,
eaten alive,
would be horrible.
Yeah, I believe that tape's never been seen by the public.
Remember to like and subscribe. As you're having the meat torn from your bones.
Some dude disliking it out of spite.
I'm not paying into this GoFundMe for 2 new calves.
I'm so tired of these retirement videos. Just leave.
Wow, dickhead doesn't post for 2 years and then comes back asking for money for his torn legs. Which is basically what he is. Yeah, Timothy Treadwell. That was the Grizzly Man. And you're right. If you haven't watched videos of Timothy Treadwell dealing with grizzlies, it is really ballsy to watch how like a giant grizzly will come over and he'll be like, Timothy, or Aaron, this is my friend Aaron. He's a 11-foot grizzly. And look at him, he's coming at me angry. and he'd like smack him on the nose, and be like, Aaron, get the hell away from here. What you trying to ruin my shot? He knows I'm just joking though. He knows it's just a game we play. Like that was he was almost like Tiger King-esque in his effeminate statements. But
he
even
was the Bear
crazier
King.
than the Tiger King, because the Tiger King at least knew he was a fraud on some level with tigers and kept them in a cage.
Yeah, I mean, he did get in those cages with him.